A few years ago, I moved into a cheap apartment in Denver. It was a little run down, but I was in college, broke, and grateful for anything. I thought I got lucky, but the place was strange. The first night, I noticed a weird smell, kind of like rust and old meat. I blamed it on the building being old. But then I heard noises, soft, scraping sounds, like something dragging across metal. At first, I thought it was just the pipes, until it started happening every night. I'd wake up at 2 or 3 a.m. and hear it scrape, scrape, thump, coming from inside the air vents. One night, I got curious. I grabbed a flashlight, dragged a chair under the vent in my bedroom, unscrewed the grate, and looked inside. Nothing, just dust and metal. But when I turned off the flashlight, I swore I heard breathing, deep, slow breathing. The next morning, I told my landlord. He laughed. "Oh, that? Rats. It's an old building." I tried to shrug it off, but that night the breathing came back, and this time I heard something else, whispering, just a few words, almost like a voice, struggling to speak. "You smell nice." I froze. The whisper was right next to my ear. I turned on the light. The vent was still closed, but on the inside, I could see it now, scratch marks, like fingernails clawing metal. I called the cops. They came, looked around, and of course, found nothing. They told me I was probably just stressed, but before leaving, one of the officers pulled me aside. "Ma'am," he said, "keep your doors locked, and if you hear something again, call us. Don't investigate it yourself." That night, I couldn't sleep. I sat up in bed, flashlight in hand, just waiting. Around 3:12 a.m., it came again. The whisper. But this time it said, "You left the vent open." I screamed, and then my bedroom door creaked open on its own. I ran. When the police came back, they searched the entire apartment, and they found it. In the walls, a man, a real, living man. He'd been living in the crawl spaces and vents, sneaking out at night, watching me sleep, eating my food, whispering through the vents. He'd carved holes behind the mirrors. He had a blanket, food wrappers, even a notebook. Inside it were pages of notes about me, what I wore, when I showered, who I texted. The police said he'd been there for weeks. So the next time you hear something in your walls, or you feel like someone's watching you when you're home alone, just remember, sometimes the monster isn't a ghost. Sometimes it's a man in your vents.